Hello, I'm Tom Dunn, publisher of Port Hueneme News, and today I'm at the Hueneme Beach, and we're at the Alaska Air Memorial, and I'm with Christina Zublo, and we are here to discuss the Save Ormond Beach 2019 program that she's put together, and you're quite an advocate for this. When did this start?
This started back in March when I saw a post on Nextdoor, posted by David Scrivener, and he showed a trench that was dug over there by Ormond Beach, and he wrote down that it looked like that someone was trying to drain out the lagoon over there. So that was sort of disconcerting to me, and I thought, oh, here's a chance for me to get involved in something I love, which is protecting wildlife.
So, what is over at Ormond Beach? Describe it to the people if they haven't had a chance to be over there because it's located over in the dunes. It's not visible from a lot of places, but if you know it where it is quite nice to visit.
Absolutely. When I first moved here 3 years ago, this area was so captivating to me because it was such a center for wildlife. And I thought, how cool that we are right here on the beach. We have this pristine coastline and we've got the wetlands back there. And I came to discover that we have the snowy plover out there and also the least tern, both of which are endangered. And I also learned that there's something called the tidewater goby over there, which is also endangered in the lagoon. So it's a rich ecosystem over there. So it's quite lovely.
The reason we're going out there is that there has been some encroachment by some homeless people, and it violates, I think, the conservatory laws that are in place here by various agencies. Can you give us a little more detail into that?
Sure. We have really a partnership over there. We have the State Coastal Conservancy, the Nature Conservancy, and the City of Oxnard, which are responsible for preserving that area and also for protecting that area. The State Coastal Conservancy expects that Oxnard will be protecting the dune area and also enforcing the no camping laws that are on the books for that area. And the Nature Conservancy is responsible for, of course, monitoring the wildlife, the birds back there, and they also work with the Audubon Society to monitor the nesting sites and so forth. And at one point, we had biologists from CSU Channel Islands that were back there monitoring the nesting sites, but unfortunately, it's become so dangerous back there for both representatives from the TNC and also from the Channel Islands group that those monitoring sessions have kind of stopped for the time being.
If I remember, it was sometime last year. The city of Oxnard and the police department came in and moved a lot of these people out, and they did go away for a while. But in the last couple months, they've come back, and I think you told me that, and we went out there a couple weeks ago to take a preliminary look. There's maybe 30 or more encampments out there.
Yeah, there are, and from what I understand, the encampments are growing, and I keep hearing that it's so dangerous to go back there that I don't think anybody has a real good sense of what's going on back there. Yes, we did post some pictures back in March of things that we saw back there, but that was back in March, and I haven't been back there since. And in fact, I was talking to Amy Davis, who works with the La Sierra Club, and she was going to give us a tour into that area just so we could take a look at Ormond Beach and learn about the land and the ecosystem and the wildlife back there. But I just got an email from her this weekend saying she's been instructed not to go back there, that it's too dangerous. So
So we have a much bigger problem now than we did before. And can you update us just a little bit on what the city has done, if anything, up till now, and then what you plan to do and set up for the upcoming month?
from what I understand, you're correct that the city at one point did move out a number of homeless from that area. Um, but after that, I heard something about the money ran out, and so enforcement stopped at that time. And for the time being, it's just been sort of happening and continuing, and it's not really being monitored or patrolled very well. Um, I do understand that that since 2009, this area has been looked at as a place of interest to build something more long term for Ormond Beach. But as of yet, we're still dealing with the homeless. And I did reach out to the city council members and also to our county supervisors for this area. And I really didn't get much response at all. So that was sort of disheartening to me. So hopefully, we can move this forward once and for all.
Well, this is like the smelly air that we have issues with the wastewater plant and the new Indy plant. Is that the plants in Ormond Beach are in Oxnard. We live in Port Hueneme, but the fumes from the plants come into Port Hueneme. When the homeless are pushed out or on their own, you said they came over to the beach yesterday and used facilities at the beach. Uh, if they move out of there, where are they going? What are the two cities going to do? And granted, the cities both have had financial problems. And there was an article today in the paper where the city is getting a $900,000 grant to open up a shelter home. So hopefully we can get things going. And I know you have planned with other people. There's quite a few things that are going to be going on this month. Can you tell us what a few are, and then we'll post them on the video so people will know when and where they can go to get involved.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, when I talked about emailing city council members, I should clarify and say it was the Oxnard city council members because it is really in the Oxnard area. But I'm glad that you pointed out that this really is, even though it's in their area, it really does affect us. So that's kind of where I stepped in and said, hey, let's get some Port Hueneme friends of Ormond Beach involved and see if we can help out our friends in South Oxnard come together and figure out what we can do with Ormond Beach. Now, it just so happens that on July 31st, the State Coastal Conservancy, the Nature Conservancy, and the City of Oxnard are going to be holding a public meeting to go over the Ormond Beach Restoration and Access Plan. It's a 322-page document. It's really meaty, and you can find it by going to ormond.ca or sec.ca.gov, and you want to click on a link that says project description page. It's kind of buried in there, so it's hard to find, but once you find it and you open it up, it's gigantic. So a bunch of us are meeting tomorrow morning, July 8th at 7:30 at the end of Perkins Road to kind of just look at Ormond Beach and to talk with a local expert, David Scrivener, and find out where were the homeless located when they were moved out last, and then just sort of see where they are now. And he's going to kind of give us a history lesson on Ormond Beach and what it used to be and what it used to look like. And then we're also going to kind of superimpose the plan that I talked about just a second ago about the Ormond Beach Restoration and Access Plan, and talk about what is planned for that area. And then also, just as a community, I think it's important for us to kind of unpack that plan and understand what all is involved in that plan so that we are ready for whatever impact that plan might have on our community over here.
There are some plans rest of the month. One of them is Monday night. Can you start there and then let us know a little bit about when the other ones are going to take place? Again, we'll post them on the video at the end.
Sure. In my research, I came to meet Shirley and Larry Godwin, and they have been quite involved in Ormond Beach, I want to say for almost 50 years. And they're called the Saviors Road Design Team, and they meet over at Antonio's every Monday night, starting at 6:30 in a back area in the restaurant. And they start with actually a report from William Fuller, who I understand is the guard way back there on Arnold Road, and he knows everyone who walks in and out of the Ormond Beach area. So that report is really vital because he kind of keeps track of who's coming in and who's leaving that area. So that's going to be taking place on Monday night, and we're also going to be discussing the Ormond Beach Restoration and Access Plan, that 322-page document that I just referenced. They meet every Monday night. Then it just so happens on July 11th, South Oxnard is having a town hall meeting, and although the focal point is not necessarily the Ormond Beach Restoration and Access Plan, They are going to be talking about vagrancy. So I think that would be a great opportunity for friends of South Oxnard, meaning us, to go over there and sort of lend our support to our South Oxnard friends and help them solve some of the problems that they're having, which ultimately impact us over here at Hueneme.
We'll certainly keep you guys updated on that. I know that you were on KFI radio in Los Angeles last week, and there were a lot of interest generated, and there are people there that are even going to start getting involved. And so, what we plan to do is put together a program of videos, interviews, roundtable discussions, and the big meeting at the end of July to keep you informed. And we really want you to get involved. And what's the email where people can reach you and get in touch?
Save Ormond Beach 2019 at gmail.com. And the more people that can get active in this, the better, I think, chance we have of being heard. And also, this really is going to be a grassroots, organic effort. And I think it's important that we understand that whatever happens over there is really going to impact us over here. So we need to take action.
And once we get this taken care of, then we have to deal with where are we going to put them and what are we going to do. So it's a multi pronged journey we're going to be taking. And Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to go down and look at the Ormond Beach area. Just take a walk and give you an eyes view of what it is, just so you'll have a little bit of idea of what we're talking about when we mention something. So let's go over there and take a walk and see what we see.
Alrighty. Thank you.